Alright. What's up, everyone? Okay. Let's get over the game now. And get that going. Hey, everyone, and let's flip it over and boom. Alright, hopefully y'all seeing that and it's all looking good. I was just chilling here. We're playing SSX now on emulator. Yeah. My previous laptop, wasn't really able to do PlayStation 2 stuff, and so that was kind of the next frontier for me to be able to, what would be good if I could move OBS down a bit and so I could see my levels and all that. Let me know if these levels look good. Let me even know, am I streaming? Yeah, it looks like I am. Alright. I'm kind of not really winging it, but I don't really have like 2 monitors or anything. I'm just kind of going, but yeah. So with this new PC or whatever, I can now emulate PlayStation 2 stuff without it taking forever. Without awful quality. So yeah, now Insetik's in, HD, HQ, 47K, and we're gonna try it out. Actually, I'm gonna try recording as well through OBS. So now we have the full thing going. We have the game playing, we have OBS recording, we have, the streaming. And so if there's any hiccups or whatever, just let me know, because I'm kind of gauging my PC's performance as well. So we're on a brand new file for this, and I was just kind of gonna just take someone through World Circuit, and I guess I'll take Elise. I don't know. And so you guys will get to see a bit more of this game. Last week I just booted up the console and I recorded some quick little footage, but I'm jumping into the future. This is the next frontier for Insetik. If I can chuck my flippin' capture card, or at least only have to bust it out for, Xbox stuff maybe, because I don't know how Xbox emulation is, but if I can move to PCSX2 and Dolphin and all that, then you'll never have to see grainy console footage again. So yeah, we're just gonna jump into this. Yeah, so how's everyone doing? Can you hear everything fine? See everything fine? Is it looking... I don't know, I kind of guessed on the bit rate, but, is it looking good with clean, emulated stuff? That's kind of the... I've always been someone who, and I know this is a little hypocritical considering I went on, like, 5 years of having blurry capture card stuff, but I'm always someone who, if the footage is grainy, kind of hard to, see or make out, then it kind of kills my, want to watch the videos or whatever. So, past, whatever on Insetik, I'm just like, oh man, I wish I could get the, emulators work, and I wish I could jump into the future. But, I was at college and I had crappy laptops and I was never really able to do so. But yeah, now we're here. So I tested, a bit of this game out. Good bit of delay. What do you mean? Between what I'm saying and what you guys are doing, or like between audio and video? Because I didn't go into the stream settings, I didn't really change any delays. I feel like I remember with emulator stuff not having to do a delay. That was only with my Elgato, where that wasn't quite, on the same page audio and video wise. Oh geez, I gotta get back into being able to like talk while playing. Oh yeah. Yeah, I picked regular. I didn't pick low latency on the YouTube settings. Low latency would have been better for viewer interaction, you know, but kind of, again, wanted to test performance-wise, so, you know, I didn't want to really drop any settings on anything. Yeah, so I played around with, you know, some of the emulated games a bit, and SSX has this weird problem that sometimes in races, if I bump other people, like, people start turning invisible or whatever. But that's really the only thing I can see. You know, I played for, like, this guy is just in... Oh, no, he's up there. I thought he was invisible. But otherwise, I've ran, you know, for a couple hours playing, and it looks fine. What are the games to try on PCSX2? Yeah, so, you know, I was mostly interested in getting this going so that I could start delivering, you know, crisp videos to you guys in the Insetik Extreme Sports series, but also because, like, there are some games that are PAL only, and that I wasn't, you know, able to play before on my NTSC PS2. Like, for example, the game Rolling or Skate Attack are PAL only, and, you know, so I'm able to pick up some of those now, and, you know, there are some games that are perfect for the series and perfect for showing you guys off that I wouldn't have been able to play, and I'm not smart enough to be able to, you know, buy like a Japanese PS2 or start hacking hardware or whatever. My smarts lie in, okay, if I download this thing online, can I run it? You know, I've actually had some problems with some of the PC games people mentioned as, you know, options I'd be able to do with my new system. You know, going back and running some of the ones suggested, like Supreme Snowboarding, that was giving me a file somewhere in between, like, downloading ISOs and booting up fake drives, you know, and running out of bin files. Like, running something out of bin files, I screwed it up along the way. Like, I'm not good enough to do all of that, so... isn't that just tricky? I presume you're talking about the glitch where people go invisible and then you go invisible if you hit them. No, I've definitely had it in this SSX original game. Yeah, that Skate Attack game went by many names. It was mentioned to me in one of the Disney Skate videos that it apparently went by different names on the PS2, PSP, and Wii. I think 3 different names for one game. Yeah, so you know, I'm that kind of person who I'm most pumped about getting a new super cool gaming PC so I can run my old emulators better. You know, I'm not expecting to be someone who, like, starts playing Overwatch or, you know, Rainbow Six or some new game. As I mentioned in the LP videos, I basically really only play games to make public series out of them. So, you know, as much as I watch a shit ton of, like, modern game videos and people being really good at them and groups having a fun time with them, like, I don't really feel any desire to actually play something that... Yeah, really the only thing, and again, this is kind of in that same path, is like Halo Online. You know, that... You know, that... I don't want to say got released, but that got brought to basically everyone's attention a few months ago. Especially my friends and I, and... You know, we tried to play the game, and with my crappy laptop, I could only run the game at literally, like, 360p, super grainy, super pixely, and that just frustrated me. And I think that was really kind of the final straw in getting a new PC. You know, there's always something along the road where I'd want better performance. And now that I've got that, actually, we've kind of stopped playing Halo Online. That was sort of a fad. But I'm sure I'd be able to run that at a crisp, you know, 1080 or whatever. What's a better surf game, Kelly Slater or Transworld Surfboarding? Kelly Slater, definitely. Surfing games are kind of weird in that there's really only one good one, to me, Kelly Slater, and the rest all try like weird things that don't work out, or just aren't that good. You know, I wasn't kidding when I played Surf's Up, the video game, and I said, this is the second best surfing game. You know, kind of the more complex nature of surfing it causes games to have trouble with that, and Kelly Slater sort of ignored that by literally just making it play like a Tony Hawk game. Tony Hawk with a permanent half pipe behind you. So yeah, Kelly Slater's the best, simply because it's part of Activision series, so it has the Tony Hawk feel, because it's part of that O2 lineup. I didn't really get that much into Transworld Surfing. I made a, you know, one video on it, but I didn't feel like it was worth playing any more than that. Dolphin with 4K textures. Yeah, Dolphin's probably the next frontier of me picking it up and trying to figure it out. Especially because, you know, there's apparently some games that run just better on Dolphin that would be of interest to me, like, you know, SSX2. And also, you know, there's probably some hitting gems on the GameCube I didn't discover. Like, I know the Wave Race sequel, I didn't play that, mainly because I always thought Wave Race 64 was kind of, you know, a lot of kids loved it because the N64 was a lot of kids' first consoles, but it's pretty bare, I'd say. And looking up Blue Storm, it just kind of seemed okay. But yeah, what's up everyone? How are you doing on this Saturday? Woo! I'ma just fill your time with some quick gameplay. I should probably try to make this more interesting than just like rolling down the same path 3 times. Sorry, I've kind of still got it in my head of that, you know, speedrun I tried last weekend. Kind of funny thing about that, I was browsing speedrun.com and I just saw there was an SSX original section and I'm like, oh, what's this? And basically the only thing in there was a guy who I think I mentioned in the description of my video, who had done a, you know, full game World Circuit race mode career. There's no easy way to say that. There's no nice, simple way to present that. In like an hour, 16 minutes. And I was just watching that, and I went, I know this is bad to say, but I could wreck this guy. So yeah, I basically like booted up the game on console, SSX on console, played each level like once, just, you know, single event, and then loaded up a new World Circuit and recorded that, and that was like an hour 6. So that was just kind of a quick, like, I bet I could do that. But apparently there's a guy on the SSX Discord, Kellicat, who is interested in beating me, so we might make a little competition of that. I kind of stepped out of SSX speed running. You know, I was doing that all-peak race for a while in SSX2, until eventually, like, I was just getting outmatched by everyone else who was playing it at the time, so I kind of stepped away. But yeah, maybe some kind of quick little low-stakes sort of thing like that, you know, could be fun for a little bit. Alright, what do you think of Riptide GP? It's crazy. I actually played that for like 5 minutes a couple years ago. I'll have to try it again. It was all right. Oh, all right. So kind of back to the game. If anyone's played, you know, to anyone who's played the original SSX, you'd know that Snow Dream Show Off, when you're just starting the game out, getting gold is like the hardest thing because, you know, you have like 0 trick potential, and, you know, SSX original doesn't add extra jumps and rails for show-off mode. It only puts multipliers up. So I'ma probably be okay at this because I kind of know what to do, but like, it's legit hard to get a gold on Snow Dream Show Off. To anyone either just starting the game or with certain characters, like, you know, Jurgen or Hero. like, getting that 5... Yeah. See, I got that easily, but I hit, like, every 5x, and I also got a bunch of points off of, you know, not particularly called out jumps. Like, someone brand new to the game might not try to do a jump there and go for that 2x, since it's not a jump that's literally called out, you know, with paint. Like this. That's just sort of that, oh god, not to get elitist, but that sort of extreme sports knowledge, understanding. Yeah, mod existing games, all that. Yeah, I don't know, we'll have to see. Oh, dude, Hydro Thunder, yeah, that's a old school game that was brought to, you know, modern consoles as, you know, an arcade or such. I had Hydro Thunder on the Nintendo 64, which is probably the worst console to try to play Hydro Thunder on. I remember as a kid, I could never get to the hard tracks. Like, I couldn't pass the medium tracks all in first place. Something about that game. Like, that was the first game I think I ever played in my life where I knew the AI was just screwing me. Like, the AI would always just wreck me in that game, and I'd be like, oh, okay. I played a Hydro Thunder a bit like the arcade versions, you know, because there'd actually be a Buffalo Wild Wings with, oh god, fences in this game. This game is so clunky once you play any of the other SSXs. But, yeah, Hydro Thunder was pretty cool. I watched gameplay of kind of the Xbox arcade sequel, Hydro Thunder Hurricane, but I never played that myself. Alright, well, like I said, you know, I kind of went all out, and I still, you know, kind of didn't get that far above gold. That's sort of the thing in the original SSX. You know, you're not going to be smashing the gold scores by hundreds of thousands of points, because again, that kind of comes from, you know, Uber tricks being in the sequel and on. Yeah. If you want to try and get into SSX, you know, let's go Alpine for this next race. Honestly, SSX2 is sort of where there's a whole ton of mechanics, and it, you know, the games start getting more and more complex. Maybe give SSX Tricky a shot, because Tricky, you know, builds itself around its Uber tricks, so it builds itself around you getting a ton of air and having a lot of opportunities. So, you know, all the races have a ton of shortcuts, a bunch of obvious paths. Well, you know, as you go along, there's more kind of secrets, but especially at the start of the game, like Garibaldi and Snowdream, everything's really well laid out, and, like, show off, you know, its big jumps that, you know, you can jump in the air, go, okay, what am I doing? Then, you know, go for any of your Uber tricks, and then still safely land. Yeah, SSX3, you know, is kind of like, you know how there's a certain point in the Tony Hawk series where they start condensing all the mechanics and making it super refined, and, you know, like Tony Hawk 4, you can bust out million-plus point combos, whereas Tony Hawk 1, you know, you're just glad to land on the other side of that ramp. That's kind of the way SSX is, so, like, by 3, there's a whole, you know, bunch of mechanics going on, so maybe just jump back to Tricky, which is basically this game, but, you know, more refined. I'd say that's probably the best starting point. And then once you get kind of a feel on everything, then I think SSX is different enough in, like, Tony Hawk games, especially because of the way tricking is on the shoulder buttons instead of on the face buttons. Oh, it's race, but I'm still gonna bust a million tricks. Yeah, pretty much like the arcade games, you know, PlayStation Network, Xbox Live Arcade, sort of in that era. I don't really know a whole ton of those, because I mainly had, you know, an Xbox to play Halo, and then when that broke, you know, 2000, I basically you know, jumped back and started doing the Extreme Sports series. I'm surprised I nailed 95% of that shortcut just fine. Old habits die hard, I guess. Alright. Looks like we're doing pretty good, because once again, you know, I've got this game running, I've got, you know, OBS running with a pretty good bitrate. I've got it recording as well. I'm seeing, you know, 0 dropped frames and all that. You know, on my old laptop, I'd try to run PCSX2 just by itself, and I had to drop it down to where it basically looked as blurry as my, you know, just capture card. It just wasn't going to work out, so... Again, that's good that it all looks like it's doing well here. Oh, whatever, I'll just take the normal path the first run. This isn't any speed run or anything, this is basically a full game Let's Play from someone who super knows what they're doing. But yeah, this also brings me one step closer to maybe actually doing the SSX games for my series. You know I was saying I want to cover everything that's not the super popular ones so that everyone can see what else is out there. But also, specifically for like SSX and Tony Hawk, I didn't want to record them with, you know, kind of grainy, blurry capture card recording, because there was so much else out there from people who could, you know, run the games off emulators and crisp and clear and all that, that I thought it would be a detriment. I definitely notice on YouTube channels that do have the best looking, you know, gameplay of some of these old games do beat out, you know, channels like mine that kind of show off, you know, have worser looking visuals in the long run. You know, even if they don't have the hilarious duo of, you know, me and Blank Tester and whoever else we brought along the way, hilarious duo featuring someone else we brought along the way, even if it's just like kind of this, like, hey guys, I'm video gamer 10101, and I'm just kind of gonna ramble off while playing kind of shittily. Like, they are gonna beat me out in views simply because their videos are actually watchable. I know it's kind of sad to say, but that's the YouTube game. How do you like Extreme G2 and Wipeout? I played a bit of Wipeout, kind of due to my online friend Jamie the D, if you remember sort of that saga. If not, look up Jamie the D and his Wipeout series, and Blank Tester and I actually feature on some of his videos there. And, I mean, they're good games. Again, I just like, especially racing-only games, those were never really my thing. I kind of gravitated towards extreme sports games because of, you know, the extra kind of tricking and over-the-top kindness. Like, you know, sure, Wipeout, you're going at literally like Mach 1 and doing crazy cool sci-fi whatever. But something where, you know, you're just racing just for a faster time, just to take shortcuts a little better is, you know, not really my kind of game. If you could bust cool-ass tricks along the way, now that's my thing. Sign me up. I hate these loop-to-loops. Oh my god, I hate the... Like I'm gonna say, the original SSX is kinda janky. Like, come on. let's not beat around the bush. Like, the fact that I couldn't move my character in the air, so I started doing that backflip on accident, and I just had to die. Damn it. Alright, well, we made it to the end. 5.5 minutes. Now let's take the shortcuts next time. Those other channels don't have Rick McCrank? Yeah. Oh man. We gotta bring Rick McCrank and the Mick McCrank back. No joke, and this will always blow my mind. There's a guy out there, I think his YouTube username was, I want to say Rock Soldier, I think, he was one of those guys who would basically just point his camera at his TV and record and put up whatever video came out of it. Note I said camera, not even capture card. Like, he recorded his screen. And so he straight up had series that was like PS2 gaming, Genesis gaming, da-da-da-da-da, that would reach thousands of videos because he would just play games all the time and record his screen and put it up in 15-minute chunks. And he played Dave Mirra 2, and like, I know this whole stream is me just calling out other people by this point, but it blew my mind how many parts he had, you know, of that game. Like, you know, I did a Dave Mirra 2 Let's Play that was, you know, 1 level per video. And his Dave Mirra 2 Let's Play took like over 100 videos, and I don't think he finished the game. It was just like, wow, people are using YouTube's bandwidth to just put this up. It's crazy. You know? Like, I don't know, I don't want to be all negative and mean to anyone and everyone, but yeah, that always blows my mind, just when you find someone who just does what their heart tells them to do. What's my hardest game ever played? I'd have to think about that. Because, like, kind of like, well, like I think you're implying, that can have a bunch of different factors go into the answer. On one hand, kind of the meme answer is like Gravity Games Bike is so soul-destroying that that's why I haven't done a full playthrough of it, because it's so hard to get anything done because of how bad the game is, that it's like, you know, it's looking at trying to become a professional instrument player, you know, in your 30s when you've never played it. It's like, wow, that's going to be a whole ton of work. Do I want to do that? That's the same kind of feel about Gravity Games Bike. Games that I have completed for the series. Man, I gotta think. Because then that leads to, was it so difficult I didn't enjoy it? Or, you know, was there just one rough patch that took forever, but I made my way through it? Or, you know, consistently hard? Because, again, not saying this is the answer to that, but Thrasher presented its, you know, Thrasher Skate and Destroy presented itself as a skateboarding simulation game where you really had to think through everything. You couldn't do, you know, triple hard flips off every jump. You were kind of, you know, it was a lot more realistic, and it was challenging. Oh, shit. Oh, am I going to get it? There's a... Oh, no. If you can get a good jump there, you could basically skip this whole corner, and it's really cool. It was challenging, and it was kind of frustrating at the start, and, like, going for those highest scores, you know, those Skater of the Year scores, were difficult. You really had to think out your whole line in advance. Oh my god. See, I gotta reset because I accidentally started an extra flip and I couldn't finish it up at all. But, like, I wouldn't say Thrasher was the hardest game. I'm not answering your question, I'm sorry. I can't really think. Amped 2 was consistently pretty hard, and I would struggle for literally hours to get through levels the first time on the regular. Amped 2 more than Amped 1. You know, I went back and I kind of reconquered Amped 1, but I don't want to go back and reconquer Amped 2. I think that would be a bit too much of a, again, you know, take a little bit too much time that I don't necessarily have. I have kind of a free weekend this weekend, but, I might have to put in a bunch of weekend hours for work, you know, next weekend or whatever. MTX Moto Tracks got pretty damn hard near the end of it. You know, if you watch those motocross and supercross master level videos, I did not enjoy myself during those. God, the ending to this level. Well, we shaved 30 seconds off. Alright, time to actually look at chat and answer some of these. Oh yeah, a guy with a weird name, the Final Fantasy 13 one. Yeah, that one was great. He'd keep fixing it, and it would keep doing it again. Which made you wonder why he didn't just, like, put duct tape on his freaking Zoom screen. Yeah, I'll answer a few of these other questions, and then I'll get back to... I'll answer a few of these other observations, and then I'll get back to your question, because I, you know, don't think anyone has asked anything. What's my setup for my Let's Plays? So, you know, I'd record my footage. With consoles, I used an Elgato capture card, you know, for PS2, Xbox, or whatever, which I ran consoles up through, you know, 2016, and then I switched over to, like, emulation of PlayStation 1, and, like, probably would have emulated N64 if I did any during then. In which, that case, I'd just use Bandicam and... Oh, God, get wrecked by the fence. No! No, that fucked up my shortcut. Okay, well, we're taking the long way here. I can make up time later. You know, I've always done post-commentary, so record the video game footage separately, then edit that, make a low, you know, make a version for people to record audio over while watching, and then get a group together, usually my friend Blank Tester and I, and maybe someone else. We'd watch the video, commentate on it, and then I'd, you know, combine all the audio together with the video. Oh, like, look, it happened. I'm invisible now. Because I hit someone. And, then, put everything together and we'd, record... What the fuck? Oh, man. Normally, resetting just fixes it. Hopefully, we're good there. But yeah, post-commentary, used consoles for gameplay, but I'm trying to switch over to emulation. Oh god, that's gonna fuck with me. Yep, it's fucking with me. It's whenever I hit someone. Upload format and humor. Yeah. With the post-commentary, I'm able to really know what I'm doing going into a level. Especially in the first kind of few games I played. From, you know, way back in 2012, like Sean Palmer, Downhill Domination, or whatever, or, you know, even up to Thrasher, it allows me to really focus on and to be able to play to the standards of not wasting anybody's time. Which, you know, I'm all about that. I value your guys' time, and so if I can kind of put a cool little 10-minute package together, instead of taking, you know, 2 hours on a level, you know, that's what streaming's for. I never really understood the concept of rentals, but I kind of swung in the other direction. You know, my parents probably ended up buying, like, 5 games from Blockbuster because I'd just rent them and then keep them past the return period, and the charges would just go up and up and up until they'd basically purchase the game. Oh no. Because I knew I could do it, baby. Aha! Yeah, I didn't mean to, like... Oh, there we go. There we go. I didn't mean to, like, be a Debbie Downer on myself earlier in the stream. When I was talking about the visual part, you know, I can see that better visuals contribute to better watchability and views, you know. Yeah, did that, answer all the questions? Do you have any other questions? Alpine boards. Yeah, I'm just rolling with it just for this. Oh my. Okay. Alright, well, this is the final, so I want to actually win this one, so I need to pay attention, and, this is how you win Elysium Alps. You thread above the half pipe, and this would be easier if I, you know, didn't have almost no boost and come at it from a pretty bad angle. But you basically skip the whole kind of glass thing with that, and that's how you win this level. Yeah, I was always about kind of all the other different kind of games in the extreme sports genre. Even back then, even back in the day, of course I played Tony Hawk, of course I played SSX, but, you know, I also played Downhill Domination. I also played Jet X2O. I played some of the weirder, kind of odder ones out there, and you know, as I've said multiple times, kind of the whole idea for this series came about trying to look up some of those, you know, back in 2010, 2011, and finding like nothing on YouTube for them, especially like Jet X2O or Freakstyle would only have like IGN's 30-second preview clips that somehow every game has 15 of those. But I was like, no, I wanna show this shit off. So I did. Alright, that's enough for the Alpine board. It's not nearly as cool as, you know, actually, though, let's go with the freestyle board for the, Doesn't she? Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna go for more outfits because those take forever. You know, picking a, you know, a character's, board type that's not their preference doesn't really help or do much different in the original SSX, you know. In Tricky, it gives you different Uber tricks, which is kind of cool. But, you know, even as a newbie to this game, you know, to a newbie of this game, I don't think getting one more in speed from picking an Alpine board when it's unlocked is worth it. Hey yo, what is up, average Kentucky fan? How's it going? Oh my god. I can't believe I landed that. Whoop! Oh yo, we got a bunch of new cool people. Oh wait, let me... Another thing about the original SSX is, like, in freestyle mode, there's a whole bunch of multipliers that are in the weirdest locations. Like, they really expected you to do kind of some crazy workings with the level geometries to make ramps where there looked like there were none. Thoughts on Sledstorm, the PS2 or the PlayStation 1 one? I played the PS2. It was alright, but it kind of suffered from not having enough content. You know, they only built 6 levels. And, you know, I mean, even, like, this game really only has 7 levels, but still, like, it didn't feel like it was enough to keep the game flow fresh in mind. Sledstorm PlayStation 1, I played a bit of, but I haven't really played a whole ton of. It looks, you know, solid, but, you know, serviceable. You know, extreme sports in the PlayStation 1 era up until Tony Hawk were kind of like, okay, you know, these are mainly racing games with kind of some tricking in them, like the 1 Extreme, 2 Extreme, 3 Extreme series. You know, that was sort of like, alright, they're mainly racing games, we got some tricks, and you can slalom and all that. So I don't really have good thoughts on the original Sledstorm. The PS2 one was, you know, it was okay. I'm surprised I landed that. Honestly, that Sledstorm LP I did, I always kind of considered it one of my weaker ones. You know, it was still early on when I hadn't quite got, you know, being funny down. But also, it's just not super interesting. I feel like maybe if I did it nowadays, you know, we'd bring a lot more to the table. Which one was the arcade game with a Legionnaire's disease? Wow. Arcade Thunder, or Arctic Thunder, blah, woof. That kind of leads you toward my answer. Oh no. Well, we're on the main path now. Arctic Thunder started as an arcade game and then was brought to consoles. It's kind of like Hydro Thunder, you know, Arctic Thunder, Hydro Thunder, Off-Road Thunder were all arcade games that, at least the first 2, got console ports. I can't remember if that one, like, I think it was that one of those games, like, blew air in your face, which I think is what you're getting at. But yeah, Arctic Thunder was an arcade game with, you know, an okay amount of content, and then they brought it to consoles and, like, literally doubled the amount of tracks and offered some kind of cool shit, which, you know, that was a fun game to play, especially because you could just you know, progress was just kind of based around the amount of time you'd played. So, you know, it wasn't like you had to get first to unlock more stuff. Because once again, just like Hydro Thunder, it was super hard to get first in that game. Like, the AI just played so well, and you had to basically screw with them, that it was hard to, you know, consistently do well. But, whatever, you just played, and cool flashing everything flashed at you, and you hit people with power-ups, and you know, you just played, and you could just unlock more stuff in that game. Oh my god. I gotta switch back to Pro controls. I deleted my save to do this, and it kicked me back to normal controls, which, normal controls, it's literally impossible to move once you've started crouching and winding up for a jump, and that's annoying. Alright. Sorry if I'm just kinda... I just kinda know this game so well, I just kinda go on autopilot and win. But, you know, maybe I could try and remember to try interesting things along the way. If kinda just left to my own devices, I'll just try what works. Like, I know when we get to Mercury City, you know, maybe I can try and go for the super shortcuts, but I'll probably screw them up because they're pretty hard. Oh yeah, I got both of them. That's pretty interesting. See, like, kind of like I said, that level's a perfect example. Like, they really, like, tried to, you know, make ramps and tricking opportunities where maybe it was like, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Alright, let's, options, Pro. Okay, so now I can wind up with the D-pad, and I can still, it's really awkward, but I can kind of reach over with my finger and still turn slightly with the thumbstick. Like, which I think will help. Okay, so now let's go back to Border Cross, and let's get on. Oh, Mercury City's next. Alright, I can go for the dumb shortcuts that are really hard right here. I'm slamming back out. Monster Energy 0 Calorie Ultra Red. Man, I got super into energy drinks like pretty much right when I turned 25. It's kind of like, it's kind of weird. Kind of all the things to pick up on in your mid-20s, getting addicted to energy drinks is a weird one. But at least I try to go for the 0 calorie or low calorie ones, and, you know, without trying to product place or whatever. It's crazy how Monster, like, also dove completely in and have, like, 5 flavors of 0 calorie. You know, every other brand has the 0 calorie option, but, like, Monster is, like, a whole ton of flavors that are 0 cal only. So it's like, whoa. Alright. I love how Mercury City, like, just kind of do the elevation at the very start. If you hold forward, you literally just, like, pop off. Alright, well, that's a good start. I don't usually get that. What? How did I crash? Oh, how did I crash? Whatever. Man, if you've only played Tricky and you thought it was hard to make your way around in that Mercury City, this Mercury City just wrecks you, like, all the time. Like, just so much shit to crash into. You know, I'm actually making my way downtown pretty well. You know, like the Vanessa Carlson song. Making my way downtown, walking swag, talking smack. I keep my liquor in a paper bag, and everybody can attest to that. Don't test the fat. Stumble into McDonald's, asking them where's the beer. They say there's none here. I guess I'm still stuck thinking it's a yesteryear of a time when we were fed a diet of bullets and bread. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. You call these lazy raps. I call these weak MC death traps. Da-na-na-na-na-na. And I wonder. That's my rap verse that I made for that song. And then it just goes into the normal chorus. That's why I stopped there. You know, I actually did, you know, the 2/3 of that shortcut pretty well. I didn't go for the final extension of it, but I made my way through, and I'm already immediately getting wrecked. Hey, yo, what is up, Jersey Jimmy? How's it going? How's it going, man? You're checking out Insetik in HD, HQ 47K, baby. That's my, if I could trademark anything, that would be it. You know, I'm gonna call these streams Insetik in 47K. That's kind of gonna be my name for this. But yeah, how's it going? You know what? While we're going for all the crazy dumb shortcuts, yeah, I'm not gonna make this one. There's this fucking ship that is like impossible to get on. But whatever. Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh woo! I've got more tricking stat, so now I can actually do tricks. Oh, traffic's gonna fuck me. Well, I'm not making it up there, damn. I was kind of trying to do, you know, combine the cool shortcuts and the normal path. You know, because again, I can win these no matter what. Bah. Yeah, so whatever, we'll take this the normal way first time, and then you'll see kind of the cooler stuff. Yeah, Tricky definitely made that better by having it be like a sick-ass half-pipe. But yeah, note, I'm holding down, and I can also turn myself now. Alright, that was kind of interesting, and I don't need to win these first two. Yo, can I play as Zoe? I started from a new game, so I only had Mac, Moby, Elise, Kaori unlocked. You know what? Maybe once I get through this, I can go for another single segment race world circuit thing with Zoe as the new game. Ever played Parasite Eve? No, I did not. I played some platformers on like N64 as a real young kid, and then I basically played extreme sports games on the PS2, and then I moved over to shooter games. So like RPGs, you know, real-time strategy. There's some genres that I don't think I've ever played, or at least never played seriously. Well, you know, that's a shortcut that I wanted to show off, but I'm not gonna. Alright, well, this is happening now. Oh my god. I think I could turn over and... You know, above all, like, the shortcuts in this first game are sometimes just awkward. You know? That's a thing where Tricky really made the shortcuts a lot better. But yeah, maybe after the Elise playthrough, when I go for a sick speed run, I can try Zoe. Not try Zoe, but play as Zoe. Ah, fuck. See, if I could get on that rail, that would be the continuation. Like, that shortcut's just so hard. And it's so long, too. Oh, no, this is not the one where you jump. God damn it. I always confuse that shortcut and the one right at the start of the level, where it's both like you grind a fence where the main path splits off. In the first one, you have to jump. That second one, you don't, and you actually kind of want to take the second one slow, because that's the one where you're in the office and you have to dodge all the cubicles. Oh no. Damn it. But you see, I'm making it up here. And there's shortcuts I can take if I'm really worried that I'm gonna lose. You know. The thing about Mercury City in both the original and Tricky is that the first half kind of destroys you, but then the second half has opportunities for you to make up any time you missed. That was awesome. That was cool. I just, in the original, like, I think it always kind of kicks you back. Like, I'm not sure how you, oh no, traffic is fucking terrible. Man, don't you hate it when traffic's awful in your video games? You play video games to get away from traffic being awful in real life. And then it's awful in your video games. Like, what's up with that? Cubicles, you work in one? Yeah, I worked in one for the first year at my current job. And then, you know, there's always an office, not really restructuring, but some people, you know, get promoted, some people leave, and an office opened up that I went into. Oh, baby. Oh no. You know, I never actually failed that shortcut that way. That's kind of interesting to see what happens, but yeah, whatever. We only have to get third, you know, to advance on in this one. Next heat, I'll bust it out to get first no matter what. Can we steal it right at the end? No. Oh, well, no, actually, we did steal second place right at the end. But, alright. That's the semifinal. So now with this one, I need to get first place. Or at least I want to get first place. That's always the goal. Gravity is my friend, dude. Oh, barely landed that. Alright. Yeah, like this one, you have to jump. And then you want to try to get past the fence, but that's like really hard. And then this one, you want to slalom all the shit. I kinda didn't. Oh my god. There we go. I'm not even gonna go for this shortcut because if you don't get far enough in and you get reset, it actually kicks you back to the entrance. And so that's a huge time loss if you fuck it up. So I'm just gonna go the safe route. I'm surprised that thing didn't destroy me. Oh, but that did. Luckily, the power of resetting gets you ahead. Yeah, so this one, dodge the cubicles, and then get fucked anyways. God damn it. Like, see, like, what did I hit? I 99% thought I was gonna get through that. Oh, thank you for being right there. This is probably my least favorite race level in the original SSX. Like, even Aloha Ice Jam I think is probably more fun. Just because of all the shortcuts where it only like half works. Yeah, the stalefish tweak is the filet-o fish, filet-o stalefish. I'll do it again. I think this is the method. Yeah, yeah. All the grabs in this game have, you know, cool little tweak names. Get under. Damn it. Well, I'm down here anyways. Get a little bit of extra boost, and then we'll just take this shortcut. Never mind, I'm gonna get owned by the train. Okay. Well, now I need to take this shortcut. Woo! Barely pulled that one out. If I was too slow for that to work, I think I'd have been fucked. Oh, I don't even want to risk that. I should do a video showing off every shortcut. There's quite a lot in this game. There's quite a lot in all the games. There's some even I don't know. Like, we get over to On Tour, I don't even know all the shortcuts in On Tour. But yeah, maybe for the original or tricky, that might be a cool idea. Alright, so, excuse me. Looks like once we finish this, we'll be halfway through and about an hour in, so I'm guessing this is gonna be, if I don't do a quick little speed run thing at the end, this will probably be like a 2-hour stream. If I do that speed run thing, it'll be like a 3-hour. Ugh, that jump never really works. Most interesting shortcuts. Yeah, I'll have to think about it, because some of these are like literally once in a blue moon. Like running the parking garage shortcut all the way down, you know what I was trying to do? That's like, you almost need to like TAS it to get that. So, yeah, it might be interesting. If I do it once, that'll probably be the only time I do it like that year. Get another USB card. Cool. Cool. Alright, so not even gonna go for it and show off. Y'all should watch, like, the show-off world records and such for this game. They do some really crazy stuff, you know? That's kind of one of the cool things about there being sort of a underground SSX scene the last few years. Like, for forever, like, there were no, like, really good kind of, like, world record runs of this game. Or, like, the show-off records would be, you know, recorded would be pretty weak, because again, it's kind of a buggy game, and you know, no one really wanted to put that much effort towards it. But then, like, kind of in the recent years, people got serious about all these, and like, if you go watch Kellicat or XCon, XCON, like, they really pushed, like, even this original game kind of to its limits. So now there's really cool runs of people getting like millions, you know, 1 million points on this level, which is pretty crazy. Damn it. Damn it. Yeah, there was one SSX1 record that was kind of known. That was the, I think that was, is that Firebrand X and his original Elysium Alps. You know, I was part of like the SSX message boards way back in the day. But like, I'm talking like, really now you could find like, again, really good quality, really high skill tricking and racing runs for every level in this original game, where for the longest time it was just someone's, you know, screen cap of their ending screen and no videos. You know, because there really wasn't that much focus on this original game. Yeah, G4 was great. Like, it'd come home from school and like X-Play would air at 3 o'clock. And X-Play and then like Attack of the Show. That was kind of my come home from school and watch TV block. Damn it. Oh, dude, do you remember that show where it was like, it'd be like a versus style kind of show, like one team versus another team, and it would always be games like America's Army or something, but they would have these like stand up, like not VR, but kind of like gun controller, I think, style stations for each person, and with a screen, and all the people would be doing that, and it'd be kind of a cool kind of combination, like team versus team. Yeah, arena, I think. Yeah, I just kind of remember that. Alright, Mesa Blanca. I like Mesa Blanca. It's gonna kick you around, but there's cool stuff in it. Oh, dudes, recycle, stay in school, and fight the power. It's the information every kid needed in 2000. I'm not even sitting through the the pre-level stuff. I'm going on ahead. Ah, see, now it's around here where you actually have stuff in your tricking stat that you can start doing cool things. I like how they give you a trick boost all the way back there, but then like there's not a ramp for another like 15 seconds. And even then you can't enjoy it because some asshole is right next to you about to fucking screw you up. Yeah, Mesa Blanca in both this and Tricky really separate the men from the boys, if you will. If you complain about Mesa Blanca, baby, you just ain't good enough for it yet. I'ma kinda stick to main path this first lap, but then I know there's a whole bunch of cool crap that if you watch that record run, I failed at over and over and over and over again. Oh. Splash. Oh no, we're splashing again. Okay, the bridge is awful no matter who you are. That's the one part where nobody's like, oh yeah, I love the bridge. It's crazy I even remembered what I was, remembered enough of that to try and ask about it. Because I can't, I'll just have to take your word for it that that's kind of how it went. I just remember it was just kind of weird, That was the first time I really saw, like, video game competitions, someone trying to put it in a televisable, watchable format, that wasn't just you and your buddies being the people performing, watching other people. Damn it. Boards don't float. Not unless you have a wooden board. That might float. You know, think a canoe strapped to your feet. Yeah, I'm remembering back. I think you're referencing Dave Mirra 2 with that. Bob and I got in that little argument about his wooden bike that his parents bought him. Man, Dave Mirra 2 was another LP series where, like, that was so early on. Basically, all of the 2012 Let's Plays were me trying to, like, be super dry and informative, and Blank Tester trying to add humor, and me just killing his jokes. Like, it's an awkward combination. We hadn't yet settled into, you know, him understanding when I wanted to be informative and me understanding when to just, you know, carry a joke forward and be funny. I think Freestyle Metal X is really the first LP. Yeah, I like the Jet X2O LP because that's such an unknown game and I did really well at it, that it's just really fun to watch me kick its ass. But like Freestyle Metal X, I think, was the first LP I can go back and enjoy the commentary on. Alright, time to show you guys some cool shortcuts. Boom! You know, if you hit all the rocks in this level, you actually unlock, you know, a pet rock trophy that shows up on your PlayStation 2 home screen. You know, in Tricky, they actually revised that opening section to not be as, like, long. But in the OG game, like, doing that shortcut is just, like, so good. Let's get this. Yeah! How many people have seen this before? You can actually ride on top of that arch. Oh, Dave Mirra 1? Oh, I got close. Yeah, I mean, I understand I'm being hard on myself. You know, I'm always the hardest on myself. So, if people enjoy it, that's not a condemnation. That's just me literally saying, like, oh, man, quality isn't up to my current standards. Which, duh. Oh, no. I want to try and get you know, an actually good, trip on this bridge. Like, let's see if this is it. If I can clear this. Alright, well, you get the spirit of it. You can just launch down, and basically, you could just start clear-cutting over the corners in this level. Like, in the back half. And it's really fun. To just, like, ignore all of these turns and just do your own thing. Oh, can I get up here? I kind of half went for it in my recorded run, but yeah, you can go up here to the right. There's really not a super, you know, laid out path up there, but you can go up there. That's kind of cool. You know, like over on the left, there's an official shortcut and everything, but just kind of over on the right, that's just available. Oh my god. The thing about these rails is that 95% of the time, when you try and get on them, like every single person who plays this game tries to get on the rails over and over and over, and always just flubs it up over and over and over. Like, even a seasoned professional needs to, like, you can't just try and jump on them and get on them. You have to think, like, okay, I want to get on these. I should probably jump here and angle my board. Otherwise, you'll just see like a Looney Tunes kind of comedy of errors of just like flailing, trying to jump on it, crashing, trying to jump on it, crashing, trying to jump on it, crashing.
Welcome back to the Beat and the Peak, the ultimate motocross experience. We're back and we're ready to rock one more time.
Oh, another thing with my new PC is I can, you know, tab away and it'll all stay good. With my laptop, I couldn't record the direct game feed, or, you know, my laptop would struggle to stream that. I literally had to record windows of my screen. Oh no, we're going into this rock again. I had to record windows of my screen, so like if I tabbed away, you guys could see, you know, the game disappear and like a random part of Firefox show up, or a random part of Discord. But here, you know, I'm recording the feed from PCSX2, so I can like open up other programs and it's not gonna pop on the screen for y'all to see. Alright. But let's take the real shortcut here. I kind of did the fancy-dancy thing, but oh no, let's jump all the stuff. Whoop! Oh yeah, now we're going. You know, I don't think I've ever grinded that rail up to the right there. But, whatever. Let's try and do this a little better than in all of the recorded attempts. Man, the rails? Oh, damn it. The rails just don't work in the original for that shortcut. Like, they kick you up and just crash you, basically. We can't see your private tabs. Woo! Woo! Y'all don't know the kind of free money rewards I'm downloading right now. Heck yeah. Oh shit, I did not think I was gonna land that. I don't think I've ever grinded that rail to the left either, like the rails on like the lighting tracks. That's kind of interesting. In show off, I might kind of need to look for how to actually get up to those. That's a detail that is kind of hard to see when you're playing, you know, native resolution, but when everything's super crisp and whatever, you can see. Yeah, I should just not go for that. Oh man, I know I've been out of the streaming game too long because my throat already feels dry. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm only half the game in. God, see, like, oh shit, I actually need to not be doing this. This is the final heat, right? And we're pretty close to the end. Alright, I actually need to focus. Oh no. I'm settling for first. Whew. Oh shit, that was right down to the wire. Yeah. Wow, I almost fucked that up right at the end. But yeah, I might have to get another drink, because I can already feel my throat getting sore. I always think you have 6 new points, not just 5. Alright, let's have fun with the Mesa Blanca show-off. Save time in Snow Dream by jumping turns. Save time in Mesa Blanca by just skipping turns. Cutting them. Slicing them like a samurai. Ugh. I'm just instinctually mashing X to get these started. Like, if I ever record this, you know, do an actual LP, like, I've got to remember to not, do that. That turn is harder to escape than I always think it's gonna be. You know, the thing about Mesa Blanca show off is if you stay on the main path, and especially if you go for any of the snowflakes on it, it's actually like the time limit is actually really tough, really stringent. You actually cannot really mess around with, fuck. Getting flakes off the corners. You know, because there'll be like a flake on every corner, like, expecting you to jump up and get it. But, you know, note that I took the pretty straight path, and I'm gonna have under 20 seconds at this checkpoint. Like, it's very easy to, like, actually be running out of time, or possibly run out of time. Damn it! Alright, so to get up on there, yeah, you probably have to... somewhere in that. You know, I was wanting to go down there, but you know what? This is a good time to really go for the bridge jump and see if I can get it. Oh yeah, baby. Woo! Just huge amount of air, and then soaring through the sky afterwards, and it all just kind of works itself out, which is nice. Let's go for this. Let's not get this. See, like in the first game, you gotta jump up and try and get on it. In Tricky, you can just ride up on it, so it's way easier. Why do I even try to do anything? Story of my life. Oh my god. Nice performance. There we go. Yeah. It's still Mesa Blanca, you know. Even though, you know, I say I like it because I can kind of get the track, you know, it's still going to kick you around a whole ton. But there we go, you just get some solid, you know, I actually didn't really want to do this, but whatever. They like that, like just a comedy of errors, like you gotta really plan to get on the rails. Like that 5x there is, wow, that's deceptive. You don't know it's there until you've turned the corner, so like especially you really need to know that like, oh hey, that's something I can go and get. But yeah, woo! You know, that probably turned from a compliment to an insult back to a compliment. There. I even beat Hammer. Who could say they've beaten Hammer? That's the real challenge of SSX. Beat Hammer right there. Alright, I'm, you know what, I'm gonna just max out tricking. And then we're gonna go to Tokyo Megaplex, where we do the same thing 9 times. I swear to God. Actually, I'll be right back. Another monster, this time just the standard white, you know, 0 calorie. But I swear, when I recorded that previous you know, World Circuit speedrun playthrough last weekend, I legit, like, I thought I played Tokyo Megaplex 1 too many times on accident. Like, when I finished the semifinal, I thought I was done, and then I was just hitting X to continue, and so when the final match loaded up, I thought, like, I'd accidentally hit retry. And so I was just like, okay, oh gosh, let's give this another go. But luckily there, oh no. Luckily there, That was the final, and I beat it. But like, I genuinely thought like maybe I accidentally hit retry. Like in that final one, if it would have gone after and like been the semifinal again, I'd have just had to restart because you know, like each series of 3 races on a level takes like 9-10 minutes, so I would have literally been 10 minutes behind just from hitting restart instead. White monster, don't tell me. 30-year-old boomer? What the? I mean, I'm in my mid-20s, I'm almost there, but that's not boomer, dude. 30-year-olds haven't been boomers since like the 80s. People say, hey man, I like Tokyo Megaplex in Tricky. You know, it's really interesting with the amount of extra things they added here. Like, here, this original SSX Tokyo Megaplex, sure, it's cool, but, you know, it feels like a lot more things that are just there to fuck with you. Like, it feels like, you know, and I'm not saying this across the board, but SSX1 had a bunch of things that were video gamey and being a challenge to get through. SSX Tricky offered you a lot of things where it was a lot of cool opportunities to do things with. You know, like that, you know, that pinball machine I basically just jumped up out of and skipped. Like, it's really hard to not get wrecked in SSX1 with the bumpers. Whereas Tricky, you know, you didn't really have to deal with them. Boomer, oh, okay, maybe I was slightly off, but you know what I mean. Boomer equals old person now in 2018. Boomers haven't been 30 years old in decades. And that's mainly what I was getting pedantic with my boy Jimmy with. Ow. Always one of those wrecks me. Alright, so let me stay in this pinball machine thingy here so you can see what I mean. Like, I'm gonna go around, here are the bumpers, I'm gonna maybe get lucky and squeeze through, but those hitboxes are actually bigger than you think they are. SSX3 on Tour Guy both feel less silly. Yeah, I mean, the original and Tricky were a lot more arcadey. See, that was only the first race out of 3, and that felt like 2. Like, when I saw semifinal, I'm like, isn't that the final? But no. You know, Tricky at least made it more palatable to do the same lap 9 times rather than 3. You know. Feels like you could maybe do 9 different things. Whereas here, I've kind of shown off the different paths. I guess I didn't go down below here. Damn it, it spits you out right into one of those that you don't drop down. Like, see, this is all like a challenge to get through cleanly. It's not, you know, challenging and what can I do that's cool with this. The challenge is, and this is an obstacle that's in my way. Feel like your trim balls watching this, yeah. You know, I've always kind of struggled with the courses for On Tour, actually. They just, none of the courses in On Tour really were memorable. You know, even in SSX3, they do things with different times a day, different skyboxes, different feels. And I get that, you know, in On Tour, you also start out with wide open paths, big jumps, and as you progress, you go up to, you know, more cluttered, you know, with the trees or other obstacles, all the way up to the peak where it's a whole bunch of giant, you know, ice shafts and stuff. You know, the actual things you come across are different, but all of them just have the same sort of look and feel, except for maybe the city levels. You know, you can see a screen cap of Ruthless Ridge from SSX2, and you know it's that because of the sunset or sunrise. And On Tour doesn't really do anything cool with that. Sure, it has some night, some day, and whatever, but they're all kind of various shades of the same skybox. Doesn't help that for the longest time I thought compilation was the name of an event and not the actual level. So whenever I'd get there, I'd just be like, what level is this? I always forget. Yeah, I don't know. On Tour, I guess I just kind of started growing out of the series by then. You know, like, that's like 2005. And I was basically about to switch over to Xbox and start playing, you know, Halo 2 online all the time. But, I mean, I've given On Tour another shot since then, and I don't know. I don't know, just take my word for it. I just never really remember the On Tour levels, and even as I'm playing them, I'll, like, go by a giant shortcut and go like, oh man, I gotta remember that for next time. And then I'm playing the level next round, and I completely go by the shortcut again, because I've forgotten, you know, exactly where I am, that it's coming up. I don't know, I personally don't think there's enough visual distinguishing, but whatever. Alright, that was the semifinals. Ayo was a Vincent from Germany. How's it going, man? Alright. Let's close out Tokyo Megaplex in one more sick. Oh, am I gonna land on these? Yeah. It's crazy how hard it is to land on those rails. Like, I'm never sure what line to take to set up for them. Yeah, Dan, I'm not arguing that the levels aren't different at all. I'm just saying the look of them in my brain, they just, you know, is hard. It doesn't separate themselves as much, which again maybe just comes from not playing it as much as a kid. You know, the games that I played first for my series were the ones I played as a kid that I remembered and wanted to go back to. You know, if you didn't experience it before, then it's obviously gonna be different to pick up on. But I did the city levels at the bottom. Yeah, Roadkill and Last Call definitely are really good. Those are probably some of the nicest levels that I remember from On Tour. Oh man, that's great to hear, Vincent. Thank you. Glad that we could keep you guys entertained. Oh no. Well, this is the life I live now. Oh, come on. Oof. I do remember in On Tour, I did like the soundtrack though, you know, that went even further into kind of EA's, you know, new music soundtracks. You know, SSX2 had the, you know, EA's soundtrack thing, but that still, you know, tried to strike a balance between, you know, like techno and house, and then also, you know, rock and some rap. Whereas On Tour pretty much pulled from, you know, top 40 hits of each genre. But that meant it had, like, Avenged Sevenfold and, like, that Goldfinger song. I mean, it was still, you know, it's still pulled from kind of the genres as well. But, like, yeah, just, dude, it had Bad Country, and that was awesome. Dude, I spun City of Evil so many times as a kid. Like, that was, like, one of my favorite CDs. I think kinda... I don't know. I don't even know how to present this, but... like, probably Metallica and Avenged Sevenfold were the bands that taught me songs didn't have to be only 4 minutes long. You know, like, music my dad listened to and on the radio was, of course, like, shorter songs. But then, like, my friend Sean, who was in some videos, you know, way early on, had all of, you know, Metallica's early albums where they'd wind up with 8-minute, 9-minute songs, and then, like, City of Evil had a whole bunch of kind of long songs, and, like, probably them and then Tool as well taught me that songs could be longer than, like, 4 minutes. So, of course, now I've gravitated towards post-metal, where, like, 15-minute songs are the norm. Oh yeah, Iron Maiden, that was the other band I was trying to think of. Like, for a developing metalhead, that was a pretty good, not metalhead, because I don't want y'all to start asking me about some underground gent band I've never fucking heard of. But, you know, that was a really good selection. Yeah, you went the other direction. You went kind of the hardcore punk direction from their representation in these kind of games. Yeah. Alright. Show off. Motor Tracks, yeah, what was on that? What was on that soundtrack? I'm trying to remember the songs from Motor Tracks, and this is probably because I never played the game as a kid. I only picked that game up for the series, you know, to play for my Extreme Sports series, but I don't really remember the songs from its soundtrack. It's kind of crazy, like, along the way, you know, playing games I'd never played before, there'll be the songs that kind of stick with you, and you'll just associate with that game. Like, whenever I hear Crawling in the Dark by Hoobastank on the radio, which sometimes I do, you know, listening to kind of the rock station, I'll just be like, boom, aggressive inline. You know, when I hear Summertime by Sublime, I'll be like, boom, Dave Mirra 2. Any of y'all play Freestyle Metal X aside from me? That, you know, that had the sickest metal you've ever ridden to. You know, so that had some, like, screamo shit. I never played that as a kid, but I could see that probably being crazy to a kid who did play it. Oh yeah, yeah, now I remember MTX Motor Tracks now. They had like a whole feature on Slipknot in the bonus videos. That was kind of funny. Like, for example, Slipknot, whenever I hear I think it's Wait and Bleed, I think Evolution Snowboarding had that song. You know, like, you just associate it with a certain game. Or no, it wasn't Wait and Bleed. No, wait. Oh, fuck, was it Wait and Bleed? I think it was. Yeah, like, Evo Snow had some Slipknot song. Or no, not Summertime, Doing Time. I'm sorry, I always confuse them. Doing Time, I think, is the name of the song. I always get them confused because, you know, the chorus is Summertime, you know. No, I meant Doing Time. Whenever I get reminded of the mistake, I remember the actual name of the song. What? How did I crash? Every time I say that, I gotta think of that kid that I saw long ago who just, like, threw a fucking fit in his video. Oh, baby, I'm hitting all the sick, snowflakes. Yeah, I'm more at home and show off anyway, where I could just do cool shit, not get enough air. Get wrecked by those things. I think I've gotten wrecked by those things literally every lap. Did Evo Snow have spit it out? Okay, I thought it was... I'm not even gonna try to reference the start of it, but it was like a really distorted bass line. It was like, like it sounded like a kind of like a wind tunnel almost. Yeah, I don't think that's Wait and Bleed. I don't know Slipknot that well. All right. You know, I've kind of thought about this a little bit. I have to give Z-Axis credit. Someone there really likes Sublime. They got a Sublime song in all 4 of their main games, I think. Not Thrash. Well, all 4 of the main biking and you know, PS2 and such games. Got What I Got in Dave Mirror 1, Doing Time in Dave Mirror 2, Date Rape in BMX XXX, and they got something. I think Santeria in Aggressive Inline. No, they didn't get Santeria. Isn't there a Sublime song in Aggressive Inline? Or if not, at least they got them in all the biking games. SSX looks to be an easy game. Yeah, well, you have to remember, this game doesn't have any Uber tricks or anything like that. So, you know, no course modifications for show-off mode. It's literally just multipliers. And honestly, yeah, kind of for a while, show-off gets easier as you go along. That initial Snow Dream gold on that first level Snow Dream, when you don't really have stats, can be really hard. Oh, Maximum Remix? Yeah, they lost the Sublime song, but I'm kind of talking about, you know, base game. I kind of consider, I don't really, you know, Maximum Remix added a whole lot of stuff, but I kind of filed that as a subset under Dave Mirror 1, and Dave Mirror 1 had Sublime. Wrong Way, yes, yes. Well, I could not remember the song, but I knew there was a Sublime. So yeah, someone at ZX's really liked Sublime, and got them in all 4 of the main, you know, biking and then aggressive inline games. Yeah, like every time I hear wait. Yeah, every time I hear Wrong Way, I think aggressive inline. You know, like, I mean, I'm just reiterating over and over and over now, but yeah, like each game that I heard from one of these video game soundtracks, if it sticks in my head, like I'll remember that now. What are some of the others that I might hear on the radio? I really bring up the Sublime ones because my radio station really likes Sublime. I think there's some rap songs that I hear and I'm like, oh yeah, that was in this video game. But I'm trying to remember them off the top of my head. I'm surprised I kind of autopilot did that shortcut. That was kind of crazy. Oh yeah, like Guerrilla Radio. I mean, I'll think Tony Hawk 2. A, because it's in Tony Hawk 2. B, because it's, you know, the song of the intro to Tony Hawk 2, so it's the first thing you hear. It's crazy, you know, Papa Roach had that song in Tony Hawk 2, Blood Brothers, which is like, I think the first song that's set up to play when you start playing the game. You know, it's in our nature to destroy ourselves. It's in our nature to kill ourselves. Do they, like, play that song live? Because, you know, with most people only knowing like 2 songs by them, you think that'd be one they'd reach for. It's like, hey, people might actually know this song if we play it. Which Blood Brothers is a pretty good song. It's just, you know, no one really talks about it except for it being in Tony Hawk 2. I don't really think it was in anything else. Otherwise, people just know them for, you know, Last Resort and Getting Away with Murder. And they've got some songs on the radio now because they had a new album out. So I hear like songs from that a bunch. I hear like Help a bunch, and I heard American Dreams for a while there. Yeah, because it's like the first song to play when you get into a level in Tony Hawk 2, I think. Yeah, I said Getting Away with Murder. Last Resort, Getting Away with Murder. Oh god, they had another song. Lifeline, I remember, I think from Rock Band. I think that was a song on one of the Rock Band's games. To Be Loved? Okay, I don't know that one off the top of my head. I'll have to look that up. Open your mouth, bitch, I'm coming in! Oh, yeah, you're gonna take that out of context for forever. I think I gotta increase my meme potential here on the Insetik channel, you know? we gotta have more audio snippets that y'all can, you know, animate, like in Game Grumps or Vanoss, you know? Really? I could swear Lifeline was in a game that I actually, you know, played and would have heard it on. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm not doubting you, but I guess I'm maybe doubting myself then. Oh, baby, I'm doing tricks without even thinking about it. Tricks are for kids. Oh, I'm landing everything. Look at me. Oh, okay, except for that. We were doing so well up until that. And I don't know where I heard Lifeline from. I thought it was Rock Band DLC. And of course, you know, gotta throw it all the way back. You know. Would anyone have heard that song if it weren't for Tony Hawk? Like, I'm not necessarily in that as an insult. Maybe it was on some movie soundtrack or something. But, like, a generation was united to ska by Tony Hawk 1. Oh, fuck. What? Whoa! Where am I? I looked away for a second. Oh, I think Tricky just straight up got rid of that shortcut, so I forgot it existed. Huh. God, I keep wanting to bust sick-ass Uber tricks. Yeah, here I am, growing older all the time. Feeling younger in my mind, you know? Sometimes I try to sleep and lose count of sheep. You know, kids like that song because it's ska. Oh my god, what the fuck was that? Kids like that song because it's ska. Adults like that song because it's relatable. You know? I've always felt like I'm a bronze medalist in life. You know, I'm always cool at stuff, but I'm never the best at it. And I'm never even silver medal at it. I always tend to get third place in stuff. You know, I do it fine enough to get acknowledged, but not fine enough to get gold or even silver. Here I am, doing everything I can. Oh, hey, what's up, Cage? Wills, how's it going, man? Just cruising on through oh my god, a standard playthrough of the original SSX, dealing with all the clunky little shortcuts and whatever along the way. Talking about songs we remember from the old extreme sports games. You know, songs that we always associate with a certain game when we hear them on the radio now. Like we said, Crawling in the Dark, Hoobastank. Whenever I hear that, I go, that was an aggressive inline. You know, Avenged Sevenfold, Bat Country. Hear that and think SSX on tour. Is there anything from SSX2 that I hear on the radio? I don't think so. Because they didn't go for, like, the most popular song by any of those bands. Alright, we're coming up. Yeah, we just finished talking about Superman. Alright, well, we're coming up on the last event here, Pipe Dream. Yeah, this will be about a 2-hour playthrough. Excuse me. And, you know, after that, I probably will do a, just try another one of those, you know, race world circuit speed runs. Oh yeah, good times. Though, you know, when I hear Finger 11 on the radio, the only Finger 11 song I hear is Paralyzer. So, that didn't come to mind as an example. It's crazy. Whatever happened to Finger 11? Like, cause, like, they were kind of doing alright, and sure, they got representation from video games, but I don't think, you know, your average person heard them. And then they had Paralyzer, which was, like, either huge, or at least somebody at our iHeartRadio really likes it, because, you know, it still gets played today. And then they just disappeared again. Like, is Finger 11 a one-hit wonder? You know, you never think of them for that definition, but I think they are. Can the average radio listening person name any song but Paralyzer? It's also kind of crazy that, like, the same Finger 11 song was in SSX2 and 1080 Avalanche. Now, 1080 Avalanche, you know, that was kind of unique because when it picked a band, it would pick, like, 3 songs from the band. So there were, like, 3 Finger 11 songs in 1080 Avalanche, but one of them was Good Times. And also, one of the bands they picked was Boy Sets Fire. So that's where I heard of them, you know, and Boy Sets Fire is one of those bands where, even though I don't listen to a whole ton of post-hardcore, I love the shit out of them now. Finger 11 had an awful OP after the one with Paralyzer. Maybe that's why. Maybe they broke up afterwards. I don't know, but it's like, I don't know. It sounds like maybe they were 2-hit wonders. They had something before Paralyzer. Maybe that's why they're not on the one-hit wonder lists, but it really feels like they're the closest, you know, consideration I could think of. I think really kind of the feeling that they have that no one else has is, oh shit, that's the band that I heard from the video games. You know, in a way, instead of being a popular band that got songs into video games, for me, they were a band that video games pulled from and then got a unrelated song popular on the radio. You know, kind of did it in reverse to me, just as a kid. By the way, this is what Pipe Dream Show Off always boils down to, kind of doing this half pipe at the end. Aside from, like, the world record runs, you know, I can't verify that anyone has been good to get gold before getting to the very end and kind of going back and forth. I know I passed. I'm just kind of killing time here. Ah, so that's how you're supposed to do it. I was always like, you know, if I was gonna miss that 3x, I was gonna talk about how has anyone gotten that 3x and not, you know, jumped past the finish line and not had the points count? But there we go. Damn, pipe dragon. All right. Well, that was SSX. Yeah, I'm so glad I eked out that fucking gold on Mesa Blanca, otherwise. Yeah, but I mean, alright, well, what else can I do today? I guess I can try and go for one of those little speed runs. Let me run to the bathroom first, and yeah, I like the, you know, the rock slash kind of punk songs in SSX3 the most, like Thrice, MXPX, Yellow Card. You know, I gravitated towards those a lot more than the rap songs or just the electric songs. So yeah, let me run to the bathroom real quick, and then maybe I'll do a quick, you know, quick run, because that'll still be an hour. So yeah. Alright, I'm back. Oh, the Autopilot Off song was also from SX3 that I really liked. You know what's crazy about that one? I swear they lowered the singer's voice for the SSX3 one. Like, Clockwork, that's the one. No, wait, that's Stare at the Sun, never mind. Stare at the Sun. Stare at the Sun. They lowered the guy's voice for SSX3, I swear to God. Go back to SSX3, play Stare at the Sun, and then get on YouTube and go listen to the actual version. And I swear in the actual version the guy's voice is higher. You know, like in the game it's like, I'm due for a miracle, and then you like go to the actual version, it's like, I'm due for, like, weird. But Thrice was, let me look up something real quick. Let me look up a song so that I can make sure I have the right band. You hear my mechanical keyboard? That's how you know I'm a serious gamer now. No, okay. I was about to say I remember Thrice from Understanding in a Car Crash, but that's Thursday, so I'm real glad I didn't make an ass of myself. Alright, well, to get on with this, alright, now we're gonna do another one of those, World Circuit race speed runs. So I guess, you know, I don't know, it sounds like, I don't know who you can use, who you cannot use, but I'ma go Zoe. Yeah, I was singing, Stare at the Sun earlier. And I'm due for a miracle. Yeah, that's Stare at the Sun. Like I said, SSX3 version, I swear to God, they pitched the guy's voice down. Alright. Well, we're gonna kind of time this now, and this is kind of gonna be unofficial so that you guys don't have to stare at that low-ass grainy. 1, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, I got them momentarily confused. I fixed that. Yeah. But you know what song I'll never get confused, fucking play it loud. That's probably one of my favorite songs. That and Hypersonic. I know a lot of people don't like Hypersonic from the SSX2 soundtrack, but like that's my jam. Like whenever that comes on, I just start killing it. Alright, so we are speedrunning here through a character's race career mode. So I'm gonna try to get from here to the end of the third race on Aloha Ice Jam as fast as I can, so that you guys have something to look at that's not that blurry, grainy ass one. So this will be the one that that hopefully people are gonna have to beat over on the SSX Discord. And well, good start. Might not do super hot on it because I am still trying to talk to you guys and have chat interaction and all that. But, you know, it's part of the fun of it. Yeah, MXPX. I didn't actually listen to MXPX aside from that song, but it's a good song. This will also be an opportunity to get some of these shortcuts right. Like, I think I screwed this shortcut up every time in that, you know, recorded from consoles run. And here I kind of know where all the trees are again. So I should be able to eke my way through. Yeah. Woo! So hopefully this will go faster. Alright, but yeah, any other songs you guys will always associate with video game you heard the song from? Shit. Well, that's not good, but I guess doing this is better than going for the shortcut and completely wrecking. Oh shit, is this gonna be under 2 minutes? I don't think any of my, no, well, barely not. I don't think any of my ones from that previous run were under 2 minutes, so this is already looking good. I started timing, right? Right, yeah. I don't have any splits on screen. I don't really have an indicator on screen. I don't have a super good streaming setup, but, you know, I'm keeping track in my heart. Oh yeah, Offspring Crazy Taxi, I think that's a given. I think people who didn't even play Crazy Taxi know the Offspring from it. It's like the, you know, good, the bad, and the ugly, you know, theme music of video games. I don't know that guy's name, like Enichio Mon something. I'm not even gonna embarrass myself more than that, but you know, more people know Ecstasy of Gold from that than from being fans of that guy. Okay, well, I didn't intend for that, but that might be something to look forward to in the future. Try to do intentionally. God, Skate had children of Bodom? Wow, that's really metal for a, you know, a widespread EA game. Oh no. That's one of the little traps in this level. Yeah, I couldn't remember the guy's name exactly, and I didn't want to make any more of a fool of myself. Oh no. Oh, wait. Oh, baby. Woo! I thought I totally screwed it up. This one's gonna be under 2 minutes, though. Awesome. 157, maybe. Oh shit, they had Hate Crew Death Roll? That's awesome. I have like one Children of Bodom album. I know them from like one album, and that was Hate Crew Death Roll. I don't even remember any song that well, but I just know from the name that that's the one I had. Oh, dude. Whoa, hold on. Okay, hold on. That started out really good, and now it's gotten really bad. I'm gonna shut up until I get past these dudes. And here we go. Alright, we're back on it. Doesn't even necessarily need to be an extreme sports game. I mean, like, you know, whenever I think it's Incubus, I think, like, they made that weird song for the Halo 2 soundtrack, right? It's Incubus or Interpol, but they had Follow, which was on the, it was Incubus, because Interpol, that's not like an Interpol song. They had Follow, which was on the Halo 2 soundtrack, and it was one of those songs, kind of like that Breaking Benjamin song that, like, played during the game, instrumental-wise, but whereas, like, that Breaking Benjamin song caught on and everyone used it in their montages, like, nobody cared about the Incubus song. I just remember that they did do it. Man, without doing a bunch of Uber tricks and getting unlimited boost, it's actually kind of hard to do, like, boost management. You know? Like, when you're just straight up trying to speedrun this, like, it's something that I'm not really, didn't really pick up on. Alright. That was pretty good. If this is any indication, I think this will be better than my previous run. Baja Edu Control. Isn't it kind of funny when that happens? Like, you know, Blackout the M&M will talk to me about, how Freakstyle had the only song ever done by Dry Cell. You know, Slip Away by Dry Cell, and that was like the theme song to that game. It played during the intro. It was like the only piece of licensed music that, you know, the rest of the songs were some, like, guitar riff that they pulled from fucking GarageBand. And then Dry Cell did nothing else, just that one song. It was like, who were these guys if they were just here to make a song for Freakstyle? You know? But, yeah, I won't know what song you're talking about. I'd have to look it up. Systemic Skywind, please search it. It's great. You know, actually, from when I played, I think, MX World Tour, just for, like, a Let's Not Play a couple months ago, you know, and Blank Tester and I pointed out that there were, like, the soundtrack was, like, 3 songs each by, like, 3 bands. But, you know, I looked some of them up, and, like, I think Black Flood Diesel was one of the bands, and, like, aside from those songs, like, only being on MySpace, they were actually pretty good. Like, I was kind of like, dang, I kind of wish I'd heard these songs before. Oh yeah, Power by Kanye West and the Saints Row 3 use. Yeah, that was great. That and, you know, I'd obviously heard the songs before, but Holding On to a Hero, or Holding Out for a Hero, also, you know, being used in Saints Row 3. You know, I'll always think of that. I had to jump there, otherwise I'd have ridden too much up the wall and probably gotten air and crashed. I'm actually not doing this as fast as I could be. I need to kind of keep in mind exactly what I'm trying to do here. Didn't MX World Tour with Jamie Little come out, like, the year of or the year after the MTX Moto Tracks game? Like, Blank Tester and I complained. I thought we figured it out. It was like they outsourced the engine, but then otherwise just made a worse game. Yeah, because it was like the same engine, but I don't think it was the same developers. I think they were being made, like, concurrently. I mean, it was by Crave, so no one with any respect was gonna work for Crave. Crave only published bargain tier games. The best thing we could say about Crave is that they didn't fucking, you know, their best games didn't get fucked up too much. Please tell me I got through it. Damn it! That shortcut's hard. Ever played ATV Off-Road Fury? I played the second one, but I never played the first. I actually covered the second one for my channel, like, as a Let's Play. So yeah, I'm familiar with the series. Oh shit, I really fucked this up, wow. Okay. Next one, we're gonna ride up to the top. You really need to get one of the shortcuts I went for, or else you're gonna have, like, no boost for that section. But yeah, I could swear MX World Tour, like, they licensed, they outsourced the engine, but the same people didn't make it. At least I'd like to think not. Otherwise, what the hell happened? Because Mototrax was way better. Hey, yo, what is up, Monku? How's it going, man? You caught me doing another one of those speed runs. You know, one of those World Tour, World Circuit race speed runs, kind of to round out this stream off. I was doing pretty well at Elysium Alps, kind of until near the end there. I was always kind of interested about the Off-Road Fury game, you know, the other games in the series that I didn't play, but not enough to actually play them. Because on one hand, I'm like, what's the difference between 1, 2, 3, and 4? Because 2 was really basic aside from the pre-winding. But on the other hand, yeah, 3 and 4 were made by Climax, who I think... What did they go on to do? Did they go on to do Pure? Did they become BlackRock Studios? There was some connection between those and a game that I played that I really enjoyed that made me wonder if maybe ATV Off-Road Fury 3 and 4 were better than I assumed they'd be. God damn it. This Elysium Alps sucks. I'm losing a ton of time here. I'm talking like a real speedrunner now. That fucking pisses me off. That I got wrecked like that. Yeah, I know 1 and 2 were by Rainbow Studios, but... You know, what did Climax Games go on to make? Or go on to become? Because I feel like they changed their name and then, you know, made a game that I remember really well. You know, kind of that whole motorbiking ATV sort of genre. I know I haven't done a ton of those, and honestly, it's just because a lot of them seem so samey. Like, I know, like, you know, if I was gonna play one more game from kind of that whole specific sub-genre, it'd probably be MX vs. ATV Unleashed, because that looks the most, you know, big and polished from kind of that era. You know, the other ATV Off-Road Fury games kind of look like the other stuff was additions by market and not by passion. And the other MX vs. ATV games look basically the same. You know, like they were either building up to Unleashed or just Unleashed with better graphics. I don't know. But I mean, like, Bob and I played Unleashed for a little bit. back for like that Moto Memorial Day weekend, and like that had a ton of stuff in it. That had like fucking helicopters. Shit. Wow. This was awful. I hate Elysium Alps. No, I don't hate it, but it's got so many shortcuts that are like legit hard. Yeah, yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Climax became Black Rock Studio, and then they went on to make Pure, which was a great game. Yeah, I'm not saying Rainbow Studios' games were bad, just they didn't change enough, and again, they were mostly about racing, and as I kind of mentioned earlier, I like the tricking components to have a reason, you know, for being there. If it's just, you know, even MTX Moto Tracks had trick-only events, had a bunch of things not live anymore. Huh. Well, looks like I'm live again. At least my computer says I am. Like, I got frustrated with MX World Tour because the tricking was literally only there because probably they thought you needed to have tricking in the games. And I'm sorry, it's just boring to me to just race. Well, see, that time came out about the same simply because I failed some shortcuts I got right beforehand, and I got some good shortcuts that I failed beforehand, but still, I haven't just put one Elysium Alps run together that had everything, so alright, third try's the charm, maybe. Huh. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll just have to... Maybe I'll just... I don't know, have to see what I can get my hands on. Once it goes up to the, you know, Xbox 360, PS3 era, you know, I just straight up don't have one of those anymore. So, you know, I don't know about that, but, like, stuff on PS2, yeah, I could get and play and see. But I still feel like, ultimately, you know, doing Let's Plays of each one, you know, how would they, you know, would they be able to separate themselves across the entire game? You know, because especially the racing-based games that I've done LPs for, I've had trouble where, you know, once you're just doing the 5th lap of an identical course, what is there to talk about? You know, like ATV Off-Road Fury 2, that's kind of what I'm thinking of. The LP for that had some kind of unfortunate lulls. And I mean the actual definition of lulls, not like lulls so wacky and random. Just from, yeah, what is there to talk about? We're just seeing the same laps of the same courses. And I know you could turn that over to like SSX, you know, but I feel like there's enough going on here that I could point out new cool things or stay enthusiastic across videos. The only dude online to have found the 260 collectibles and recorded it. Okay, cool. So like a 100% guide or something. It's nice. Yeah, but I mean, from what I have seen of like MX vs ATV Unleashed, yeah, I'm gonna try to force this out. If I get down here, yeah, then you warp. Yeah, that open air stuff looked really cool, and not open air, like kind of more open world environments seemed really cool, and yeah, you guys should go back and check out kind of like my Moto Memorial weekend coverage of it. That was a bad idea. Yep. I should have just spun and done a grab. Then I'd have had enough boost to do something here. Instead, I'm at like nearly no boost again. But, yeah, still basically, if I was going to play one of those games for the series, it'd be MX vs. ATV Unleashed, because it looks really solid, and it looks like there's a lot in there. Yeah, and I was never really that good at the whole kind of supercross, motocross sort of thing. Like, you know, I talked about this in both my coverage of Off-Road Fury 2 and MTX Moto Tracks, where I would just do the line badly, see what needed to be done, go, okay, I'll do that the next lap, and then just not remember what to do, or just fuck it up again each lap. And I know that's, you know, that's on me. But I'd just never be able to, and, you know, it'd be hard to learn and do better at that kind of game for me. Man, from this, I know this is a speed run or whatever, but I'm getting stuck up in menus or whatever. I mean, you gotta remember to, like, go get new boards and, like, oh shit, wait, but that freestyle board showed you +1 in speed. Should I have taken that? I don't know. Because this isn't really to the point where, you can, you know, we've really figured that out. Like I said, I'm just trying to get a run that looks good. And, you know, so we don't have to look at my grainy-ass footage from a week ago. Fuck. I hate things. I despise things. Oh shit. I did not expect that to happen. You know, I think I've seen that name, Diego. Probably in regards to, yeah, a playthrough, a full playthrough or something. Are there any other kind of extreme sports games along the way he's played that I've maybe seen that name from? I'm not even going to go for the garage shortcuts, because as much as I somehow pulled them off in that regular playthrough, I don't trust myself here. Well, I guess I'm not going for that either. Oh, shit. I was trying to kind of thread the needle there, but... Ugh! This is where you're gonna see me get wrecked by anything and everything. Oh my god. Like, what the fuck? And really, it puts me back here. Oh my god. Okay, well, now I know that I need to jump there. Oh my god. I warned myself about the clunkiness of this game, and I keep getting myself in trouble with regards to ignoring it. Oh my god. This is not a good environment for me to try and do this, but whatever. I'm a charge on ahead. Snow Dream and I think Elysium Alps were faster, so I can probably lose time. I know I'm going to be smarter in Mesa Blanca than before, so I'm probably going to come out net ahead. This is slow. This is a bad shortcut to do. Yeah, I think it'd be faster to take the main path for that. I'm just kind of doing a fun little thing here, you know. Well, I don't know what's going to happen, because... Yeah, I don't really know how long that train is, so if I fuck that up, then I don't really have a good indicator for what to do. You know, I'm holding out not hitting the reset button because, you know, I was hoping for that to turn out right eventually. But no, I was just getting continuously fucked. Man, I hate Mercury City for, like, really trying to speedrun. Alright, we'll just have to... I'm just not going to check the watch until it's time for the final split. Yeah, I know there's some... It's kind of sad, the distribution of people really dedicated to these old kind of games. Where, like, all the Tony Hawks and these SSXs, you'll see, like, speed runs or high score runs, but then, like, Thrasher, you'd see almost nothing on. Like, I really want to see someone TAS Thrasher and just get the highest scores. Like, that would be really sick. You know, like, you saw my best runs, and, like, I know you could add another, you know, 10,000 to each one of those. What would that look like? But I don't think anyone's ever going to do that. Just because people don't like Thrasher as much as, you know, the Tony Hawk SSX games. People don't remember it as much. Dave Mirra, you know, Dave Mirra 1 has like one speed run, but Dave Mirra 2 has nothing, and that'd be interesting to see, but again, no one's really gonna do it. Because, I mean, I don't even really want to. Dave Mirra 2 was pretty clunky. Pretty clunky, and it'd be pretty frustrating. Fuck. I don't really know what to do here. You know, in a bunch of these. Well, I'm gonna go for this anyway, even though this really fucked me up last time. Because I'd like to think. Alright, that's not ideal, but it's, you know, it's something. And then you get fucking caught on every fucking fence. No. I hate when I'm watching speed runs and the dude is a whiner the entire time, so I'm not gonna go down that road. Alright, so we're not going into the sewer because that just feels like it takes longer. We're gonna go across the bridge and see how that is. But yeah, I mean, there are certain games from the genre that I do kind of wish I could see, like, speed runs of or ultimate high score runs of. You know, I was trying to thread the needle between the highway above and the thing below, but back in, like, SSX1, that's, like, impossible. See, you say, imagine... I'm gonna get hit by the train here. Yeah, I'm just... That train thing is really tough to do if you don't have, like, the best stats. Maybe I should just go for this. With Elise, I was able to get it, but I think Elise is a little faster than Zoe. But no, actually with Thrasher, that was all about being really measured. I've got to stop going down the middle there. That was all about being really measured. Like, I think Thrasher, you know, it would require a lot of work, but not because you have to do a whole ton of input. It would require work because you do kind of need to... You would sort of need to plan out every trick to do. You know, you can't do the highest scoring trick over and over because the game will realize that and start docking points for it. You know, in a way where, like, Tony Hawk doesn't really... excuse me. How do I put this the right way without looking like a complete fucking moron? You know, Tony Hawk's all about getting the combos and whatever. Oh, no. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Okay. Woo! Man. This might just turn into nothing. I'm sorry, guys, but... No, like I said, I'm not checking my watch. I don't have splits. I don't know. Just feels like this isn't going very well. Yeah, that's not making it over. I don't know. Thrasher would take time, but you know, that's not about frame perfect inputs or anything. It'd kind of be how, like, you know, Pan and Koic has dedicated his life to TASing Super Mario 64. You know, and finding all the crazy interesting things in there. Wow, I didn't get that shortcut once. That's insane. That fucking blows my mind, honestly. I literally psyched myself out and did everything but just go for it. I tried to be cute and fancy in 3 different ways, and I completely fucked it up 3 different ways. Nope. No, not even going for that. Oh my god, this is just frustrating. Once we get over to Mesa, that has the obvious shortcuts that I can do. Mercury City is just so technical, guys. Just bear with me. Wow. Zoe would not turn. Oh no, fuck! See, this is why I don't stream for more than 2 hours. Pretty much right at the 2-hour mark, I get pissy and I start just whining. But, this is literally 0 stakes. I could literally just turn this off and my life wouldn't be made worse for it. Whatever, we're going with it. You know what? I'm not gonna go for the train. I'm not gonna go for the train because I already know I don't have the boost for it. At least this version doesn't have the, at least this version of the level in SSX Original doesn't have that fucking, like, traffic light you'd hit. Oh my god, really? Really game? Really game? Really game? Really game? Okay. I'm gonna go down the middle, but I need to get out of the middle immediately. There we go. Oh, shit. Sorry about that. There was this PS2 game. Yeah, Motocross Mania 3, which I played a bit of that. Yeah. I played a bit of that. It was okay. I don't know if I'd do a full game playthrough. Alright, well, it should only get easier from here on, at least. I don't know, Aloha Ice Champ can go pretty bad, but for as technical as that level is, I've always, and this is gonna jinx me, I know, but I've always been able to make my way through it without too much problem. Mesa Blanca, I think, is okay. It has very obvious shortcut paths, and, you know, at least I think it'd be the fun kind of failing, if I did fail. Oh, whew! Well, that's just a very early indicator that we still can't fuck around. Jeremy McGrath's Supercross World. I also played that a little bit for Moto Memorial Day weekend. I don't know, that also looked... I didn't give that game a fair shot. I played it first and I had a whole ton of streaming problems that impaired my ability to actually play the game. So I need to give Jeremy McGrath another shot. You know, I couldn't really focus on the game because I was literally too focused on trying to get my stream to work. I hate... Why is that rock there? Did they really not playtest this enough to go, okay, that rock is literally in your landing zone. Would have liked to not crash there. Wow. Genuinely didn't expect that to work. Yeah, I get that it's not great, but again, like, I literally didn't give it a fair shot. So, that's something I need to revisit. What about the Need for Speed series? Again, I wasn't really much of a just car racing game guy. My friend Alan, you know, played a lot of the Need for Speed and Midnight Club games and enjoyed them. And actually, Midnight Club 3, my friend Sean and I have pretty good memories of that game. You know, actually, cycling back around to the songs you remember from video games discussion, every time I hear The Hand That Feeds, Midnight Club 3 was kind of my introduction to Nine Inch Nails. You know, because I would have been like 12, right? Like 2005. So yeah, that's where I heard Nine Inch Nails really kind of the first time. I know there's a lot of games back in the PlayStation 1 era that I still need to look at. That was kind of where there were a whole ton of games and they were all very similar to each other. I had a Jeremy McGrath versus Travis Pastrana motocross game as a kid, and I kind of remember. I don't remember anything from it, but I remember that I had it, and so maybe that's one to revisit. Like McGrath versus Pastrana. It wasn't Supercross World. I think that was the name of the game, like McGrath versus Pastrana. You don't really get that anymore. Like X versus X titles in video games, like, you know, NBA 2K20 isn't going to be called, you know, Curry versus James NBA, you know, 2020. Yeah, you know. God, fucking wrecked. Boost fluttering is, alright. You know, that's an accurate representation of me on a Friday night right there. I'll let you determine exactly what I mean by that. See, like, that's what I thought would happen the first time, that I definitely get crashed by that, by trying to go that upper path. What the fuck? Y'all talking about Supercross World? Huh, maybe that's something I should look at then. Like I said, I don't think I ever played that game. Let me try to get up here, get out of the fucking clutter. Rabble, this might be a good speedrunning path. At least for a while, you don't wanna... Ah, like if I could have made it over that, then it would have been pretty good. Oh, is Supercross World the PS2 one? Okay, yeah, then like I said, I should give that one a fair shot, because I didn't. Oh my god. Remember when I said I hate these rails? Because if you don't plan exactly how you're going to get on them, you're never going to get on them. So you look at me fucking failing. You gotta do tricks. Too bad there's no opportunity, because the rails will destroy you. And I wasted most of that speed boost on fighting the fucking turn. Man, this is bad. one more Mesa Blanca. See, I should incorporate what I've learned from the previous runs. Oh, one other thing I remember from about, you know, Supercross World, from like the 20 minutes I did play it, that wasn't, you know, fighting my fucking stream going haywire, is, oh, wait, hold on. Alright, nope, I'm not gonna speak. I'm not gonna engage until I get into the shortcut. Okay. One other thing I remember is it was kind of like Splashdown 1, where the tricks were all really hard, because they'd have crazy button combinations. Am I remembering that right? It'd be like L1, R2, half stick turn on a control stick, to this, to this, to this. You know, it wouldn't be, am I remembering that right? That it wouldn't be like just simple combinations. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. It had a level where you were... Oh my god, I'm actually not making that. But, you know, with the amount of trouble that was given me, this might be a cool thing. Especially if I can get the big jump right after the bridge. Which I wasn't going to get to if... Oh, fuck. Trying to actually go fast on these levels is difficult. Okay, I do need to jump. Damn it. Of course I hit that. Of course, all these rocks are in dumb spots. Okay. Here, and in, and through. And we're doing good. Now we can utilize that trick boost without having to fight the fucking corner. Just do that, because you like stick like glue to the rocks somehow. Yeah, you know, I always feel kind of bad about the Cool Borders games, because I know I've been requested to play them, but those are the epitome of, like, seem so normal and average that they're not even interesting to show off. You know, again, because I never really played those games as a kid, you know, so I don't have the nostalgia for the Cool Borders series, so, like... And again... The worst kind of games to do Let's Plays for are the games that are just okay. You know, apparently like Cool Borders 2001 as kind of like was the last one because it tried to do some weird different things that people didn't like, but you know, I guess if that means it was shaking the formula of a playably boring game. I know I'm probably pissing some people off, but I don't know, Cool Borders games never grabbed me. Alright, on to Tokyo Megaplex, which I know I said this for Mesa Blanca, but this is where it'll get a little easier again. A little easier, because I can just get away from the AI and just take my cool path, and nothing will get in the way. I'm getting a little too much air. That kind of slowed me down. I need to get like past all these sections and through all this shit before the AI catches up and just fucks me. But yeah, I don't know, that was kind of my feel of the Cool Borders series. I never got into them as a kid, and so it was, you know, I don't have any nostalgia factor helping me with my opinion of them. Hey GT Rico, how's it going, man? Is it comparable to 1080? Cool Borders? Yeah, I guess so. How the fuck? You know what? If you're not literally right above one of those rails, don't try to land on them. See, there's fucking little extra things I keep forgetting here and there. That was still quite a lot of air. Yeah, but I think wasn't Cool Borders 2001 kind of crazier? Like, I think I saw some gameplay footage where it kind of had like a cool level with like raised sections, sort of like the shortcut in Aloha Ice Jam here. You know, that Tiki shortcut. I mean, I have all those games, you know, I can easily get them, so yeah, I don't know, maybe I should just give each one, you know, a couple hours and give it a shot, and maybe if one of them really stands out more from the others, I can play it for the series. Alright, I'm just not gonna jump here. And again, here, I'm probably not gonna jump. Oh, I grazed that. What was I doing even being that close to the fucking button? Asking for trouble, that's what I was doing. I'm gonna hit that, I'm gonna hit that. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is my attitude now. The hours of streaming wind on, and I just become more and more of a whiner. Oh, shit. I forgot that was the last lap. Alright, that was the first time through. Ever play Andy McDonald skateboarding? Yes, I have. And man, I feel so bad about that game because I won't play it for the channel because there's literally one problem it has that makes the game almost unplayable. And that is that when you go to jump, you hit the jump button, and your guy takes like a full half second before he prepares to jump. And I'm sorry, but that just, I could not get around that. Like, jumping and preparing to jump is just so unresponsive and so delayed that I could not play the game. Pretty much simply because of that, I'm not going to do it for my series. Which is, it's sad to say, like, you know, it's sad when you can literally point to one thing. It's not even like, oh, the levels kind of suck, the controls weren't that great. Literally just one thing, but it just fucked me. As long as it was a huge deal breaker. I could not get used to it. And I'm the guy who eventually got used to Thrasher's controls enough to completely dominate the game. Yeah, just trust me on this. Oh my god. I always run into one of these. Sometimes two. Yeah, there's a difference between having to do different controls, you know, to do something reliably, like in Thrasher, and just a fundamental mechanic being so delayed. I don't know. I don't want to start an argument, but it is a different thing. Look, I'm about to lap this guy. Look, I'm about to get fucked by these things that are basically only here as a challenge to the player to try to, like, be lucky with their timing. Oh my god. I actually made it through without... I made it through without hitting one of those, but then I got hit by the gate. This is the final lap? This is the final lap, right? Yeah, yeah. My god, see, again, like, Thrasher Expert Mode required you to prepare your jump. You know, hold the X button for, you know, half a second. Or not even the X button, see, square. Hold a different button to prepare your jump. But that was still, when you hit the button, that's when your guy would start preparing. Andy McDonald, it's when you hit the button, there is a delay before your guy even begins the process. And the delay is just long enough to just completely get in the way. And I experienced that both with a physical copy and with an emulated version. Oh my god. I think that was the first time in forever that I made it through without hitting one of those fucking thingies, and also didn't hit the gate. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else I could say to this. It's unfortunate too, because that game did, Andy McDonald did, you know, have some stuff. You know, I'm basically, I know Rad pointed this out, but, you know, I noticed it too, that it did a bunch of stuff that, if it were successful, it would have, you know, done it first and perhaps been influential. You know, I think that had a bunch of kind of the flat, I don't want to say flatland options for skateboarding, but, you know, like, not just manual and nose manual. It had a bunch of different kind of, yeah, street tricks, literally on-ground tricks, while the Tony Hawk series was still just developing, you know, manuals and nose manuals. And that's kind of cool, like, when like, over in BMX, when Matt Hoffman 2 and, you know, BMX XXX leaned into the kind of street tricking, and, you know, in the Tony Hawk games, you know, Tony Hawk 4 and on started having more of the freestyle kind of Rodney Mullen style tricks. So Andy McDonald was sort of a predecessor there. I'm just also kind of, oh my god, we're going back to this. I'm also just kind of in my head when I see something like that, I'm like, how did that happen? How did you program in to have just such a delay between, because turning didn't have that, you know, grinding didn't have that, manually didn't have that, it was just jumping. You know? I don't know, and alright, you guys have fun talking about Crash. I never played those games. Alright. Well, crazy to think, but we're already coming up on the end, and probably after this I'll be done with the stream. It looks like everything's holding up well. You know, the games keep playing. The stream keeps streaming, my recording keeps recording, no dropped frames or anything. So, I could probably trust that it'll be good when it comes time to, you know, record some game. So yeah, what, you know, will this influence what my next Let's Play is? Because after Thrasher, I didn't really have any ideas for what's the next game. Oh my god. I'm actually gonna shut up again until I can pull ahead again. Have I played the questionable Championship Motocross? I don't think I've heard that game. Or wait, no. There's a MX 2002 featuring Ricky Carmichael, right? I haven't played that. Otherwise, I don't know what game you're talking about. So no. The answer is no. There was one of the, what was it? One of the games I played during the whole Moto Memorial Day weekend, aside from MX ATV Unleashed, that I'd be interested in maybe revisiting, and I think it might have been the MX with Ricky Carmichael. It was the one where my guy was super slow, and the jumping was super floaty, to where it kind of became like a joke, but then there were levels where you had to ride around areas and, like, complete objectives in the area. Like, there was, like, a city level with goals. And that kind of seems like it'd be up my alley from kind of a, you know, more interesting game to play than just a whole bunch of tracks with 3 laps. Oh, MX Superfly. That was the game I was just talking about. Why is it questionable then? Yeah, if there's something super weird about it, maybe it might make for a good let's not play. What? Oh my god. I was kind of on a roll. I knew I was going to hit that. Be like, Aloha Ice Jam, yeah, it's technical, but it's, I guess, easier to go fast on it than, like, Mercury City. Oof, wow. That was bad. Cool Borders? We were just talking about them earlier. I don't know. I never had the nostalgia for those games because I never really played them as a kid, so I don't know. They all seem competent but kind of boring to me. Oh, shit. Why didn't that reset me up here? Y'all like in that console recorded run I did last weekend where I tried to grind that rail, one of those black and red rails back there, and I just failed like 5 times in a row. That was pretty good. Oh, Zoe, didn't I just improve your edging? Why couldn't you turn there? Yeah, I don't know, like Aloha Ice Jam I feel is almost easier to get a really good path going and get some speed going than like Mercury City and Mesa Blanca. Championship. Okay, I'll have to look up Championship Motocross then. Alright, well, final race, everyone. When I hit the finish line on Ice Jam, that's kind of the end of this run. And the end of the stream. Literally, I will somehow time it up so that as soon as I cross the finish line, the stream just dies. No. I wouldn't be able to do that. And besides, you guys want to bring up any other video games while we're on the topic, I know, crazy. Oh, that was almost good, but I didn't land very well. Yeah, these are definitely faster ice jams than I did before. Alright, so I keep not doing that very well, but looks like I got it. Whew, the guy almost didn't open his mouth on time. I've like almost jumped over that all 3 times now. Oh, I barely made that. I'm not gonna make that though. I'm not doing the right thing there. Yep, and I get the shitty reset point again. Well, I'm not getting over to the left. I think that's what happened in my in the run from last weekend as well. The 3rd time through Ice Jam, I couldn't get over to the left. I'm taking the really slow path here this final lap. Oh shit, redemption with that thing. Have I played through Super Mario 64? Of course, dude. Like, I had that as a kid. It was my jam. Alright. Wow, that looked like a 102.55, probably, according to my watch. Yeah, shaved another 4 minutes off. Alright. Well, let me write some of these down. Sure, let me save now. Alright, well that was that. Let me just quickly address some of your guys' comments. Yeah, I'll look up Championship Motocross, but no, I haven't played it yet. But yeah, obviously played Super Mario as a kid. Not gonna do like a recorded playthrough, because there's a million of those out there. Jet Moto, no, I didn't play that series before. Yeah, the PS1 ports of Tony Hawk 3 and 4, like, I played a bit of the PS1 port for 4 on stream before. Yeah, I'd be interested in maybe looking at those, because I didn't do those when I was a kid. When Tony Hawk series jumped up to PS2, I followed with them. No, I mean, I didn't really play platforming games. I was basically like extreme sports, straight to shooters, you know, in the Xbox era. So, yeah. Alright, well, I think that's probably going to be it for this stream. That was fun. Looks like it went pretty well. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you're excited that Insetik can jump into the emulation era with PS2 and GameCube. And I might be able to play some games that I couldn't before again, because now I can get those PAL games, whereas before I couldn't. Alright, but yeah, that's gonna be it probably. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later.